Biafra had a military-industrial complex. They had no money. They were fighting Nigeria at the time from 67 to 1970. They made their bombs. They made their propelled grenade. They had their tanks. They had, what's that again? Ogunige. Now, they had all of that. When the war ended, this was dismantled. I was a kid. I went to the vice president of Nigeria, Vice Admiral. I said, why did you disband the military-industrial complex of Biafra? We could have been integrated into Nigeria, and by now we could have had the nuclear bomb. And he said to me, the reason was they felt Biafra would rise again. And so as a child, I went to Uli Airstrip. And I saw Uli Airstrip had every 10 meters they dug a hole because they did not want the planes to land in Uli. And I saw the governor the other day and he said till today they cannot surface that road properly because of the damage caused by Nigerian forces because they felt Biafra would rise one day. We are the cause of our problem. We had, no you won't. We are the cause of our problem. Biafra had a military-industrial complex and it was developed out of necessity. If you look at nations of the world, and nations that have a powerful military-industrial complex, most of these nations developed their military out of necessity. Israel, after the state was set up after the Second World War in 1947, I think, they felt encircled by the Arabs and they felt they needed a military-industrial complex to survive as a nation. South Africa, they felt encircled and they needed to fight and protect the white minority government in South Africa. So they had to develop a military-industrial complex. Rich people like us who enjoy buying weapons abroad do not feel the need to spend money on research and development on a military. But we pay the ultimate price. We pay the ultimate price. You won't. Pay attention. Biafra won't rise again. We pay the ultimate price. We must spend money on research and development. The brightest, smartest engineers, professors, folks in Nigeria live abroad developing weapons for other nations of the world. The technology exists. It is not rocket science. The scientists who are Nigerians exist. To put this together is not very expensive. There is no need for Nigeria. There is no need for Nigeria to buy bullets. We can make bullets. There is no need for Nigeria to buy AK-47. We can make it. There is no need for Nigeria to buy grenades. We can make it. There is no need for Nigeria to buy drones. We can make it. There is no need for Nigeria to import cars. We can make it. The military-industrial complex, well-funded, developed by Nigerians for Nigerians, will guarantee we will fight the war against these insurgents for next to nothing because it will provide jobs. We have the technological base. It already exists. We could export our equipment.
There is no room for sabotage. I am not fighting Biafra freedom with a clear eye. The thing I'm telling you people today, if you know you are going to occupy any position in the Biafra de facto government in the homeland, listen and pay attention. I don't have friend. I don't know anybody. I don't know you. You are not my friend. The only thing that we are doing brought us together is that you have volunteered to serve Biafra people in the homeland. If you become a problem, you will regret it. It is a call to serve Biafra people, not a call to serve Samanekpa. Not a call to build clique, not a call to form cabals in your various states, not a call to do paddy in the Biafra government. The price and the consequences is heavy. Many people have died in this struggle. You must listen to instruction. You must take directive and don't joke with it.
Along.
And the Nigerian government are making
that statement, one Nigeria is a scam. We are not one. Have we ever been one? No. Do we have one language? No. Do we have one culture? No. Do we have one ideology? No. So there is no unity from the onset to today. We don't. There's nothing like one unity. So how come you are saying one Nigeria? What makes it one? By coming up with the word one Nigeria and going on the other side in support, fighting for the freedom of Simon Ekpa.
That when we can easily negotiate for peace talk and peace pact in Nigeria. Do you agree with him?
My brother, you know, when you hear about Mossad, one thing in your mind is that our enemy has come. This enemy, the enemy has come. Even before I proceed, before now, let me tell you, the anti-terrorist group have captured one Ramsey Abu of Palestine in Abuja, the chief terrorist sponsoring terrorists in Nigeria. They are already working. The anti-terrorist group have done it. This time talking to you is something you can do your findings. Sahara Reporter even carry. Yeah, they are working. Sahara Reporter too carry it. You understand? You see why Shegumu is crying. You see why he's complaining. And secondly, let me tell you again. You know, when these people come, the first and foremost, Islam versus Israel. You understand? So on the floor, and you know that the Israel always, when you mention of Palestine, look at Iran, you know those kind of things. They remember what Israel has done. That they are coming to do that same damage to Sheikh family, group of company. You know, he was the one negotiating. He's a chief negotiator. So he knows that the negotiation is not going to stand again. So definitely, you see why he is afraid, and he decided to play along by coming up with the word one Nigeria and going on the other side in support, fighting for the freedom of Simon Ekpa. So that there will be what? Negotiation. As if we, the Biafrans, have agreed to negotiate. Did we tell Shegumi? Did we tell Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Did we tell Nigeria say we want to remain together with Nigeria? Shegumi is now fronting himself now in the forefront for the freedom of Simon Ekpa. You know, Simon Ekpa case will be coming up on the 1st, being Monday, 1st of September. So Shegumi now is now on the forefront to make sure that Simon Ekpa is being released. That there will now have a roundtable discussion in order to keep maintaining one Nigeria that does not exist. And it can never exist. Is one Nigeria real? It is never a real thing. I listened to one, it should be 80-something years today. One of the Commander Emmanuel thereabout is from, he said that the reason why they plotted that coup d'etat in 1966 was to sanitize Nigeria. Because they themselves have seen it with Nzogu and co. They have seen it. I have the video with me in my phone. That they have seen what the plans of Tafa Berewa, who happen to be the Fulanis, what their agenda is all about, was to Islamize Nigeria, was to capture Nigeria under Islamization. So for that not to happen, they have to plot that coup in order to cut off that evil agenda. And which that thing has never been erased from their mindset, from the memory of the Fulanis, which up to today, that's why you see these SSC killings. You see when Buhari was alive, crying and jumping up, pointing hand that they should give them a place, a Luga settlement. Luga settlement, because that conquest is still in their mindset. They really want to conquer Nigeria and to take over Nigeria and to Fulanize Nigeria. And that is why you see these SSC killings. Look at one village now in Kwara State has been fully captured by the Fulanis. And everybody in that Kwara, in that part of Kwara, is now, they have evacuated that village. And not only Kwara State, in Borno State, many villagers in Borno State have run now to Cameroon for their own their life. As a result of what? This is Fulanization. And that is why you see in Castena too, the outside, the indigenous now have carried God to face the Fulanis. Because of what? this their conquest ideology. So it doesn't start today. And that was the mistake that the Hausas made in 1804 by welcoming these people unknowingly to them and unfortunately for the Northerners, which are the Hausas. And today, Hausa doesn't have a say any longer because these people have accurately conquered them in 1815. They conquered the North, conquered Hausas. And as we speak now, please go and do your findings. You can never see Hausa governor in the whole North. No Hausa governor. Check. All of them today are now Fulani, and that has been the agenda, to be in power and to overrun. And that was their major agenda, to be in power to overrun Nigeria, generally including the Igbo land. You see why the late Muhammadu Buhari said that there is problem that they have under his government were the Igbos. You see why he sent Brutai to go and brutalize Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You see why Operation Python dance and Operation Python dance and crocodile dance or whatsoever was introduced, and all of this was introduced in Igbo land. Which I heard some Yorubas on radio. Some of them were like, Ekpan water. But in Kwara, where be your land, where be your own? Where are you? What are you doing? They don't collect them from you. Today, nothing. In 2021, if I'm not mistaken, go and do your findings. I can't vividly remember the day, the year, to be precise. When Yorubas want to do their traditional, their culture in Kwara State, the Fulani stood up and tell them not to do it. That if they should dare, they will see the other side of. And up to today, as I'm speaking to you, Yorubas are no longer saying anything in Kwara State. I'm not telling you something you cannot do your findings. Only that the year I can't figure out, either 2021, the very year 2020, that is when this thing happened. Go and do your findings. So that same thing is what the Fulanis want to be doing in Igbo land. And you agree with me. Currently today, they say Sultan of Sokoto and Oni of Ife is going to be the leader of the traditional rulers in Nigeria, including Igbo land. And the Sultan of Sokoto, how old is Sultan of Sokoto? How old is Oni of Ife to compare Obi of Onitsha? Do you know what?
But for the Muslims, he's the number one.
That is the Muslim. Is the Muslim.
But that's how they call it one Nigeria. That's one Nigeria. In Nigeria.
Excuse
so why
me.
Is Tinubu and the Nigeria government are they making
that statement? One Nigeria is a scam. We are not one. Have we ever been one? No. Do we have one language? No. Do we have one culture? No. Do we have one ideology? No. So there is no unity from the onset to today. We don't. There's nothing like one unity. So how come you are saying one Nigeria? What makes it one? So why are we deceiving ourselves? Are you hearing me? So far, so good. I give God the praise because by next week you will be hearing the stand in regard to what Shegumi is pointing at in the case of Simon Ekpa. Next week you will be hearing what the Finnish government have in their mind regard to their agreement with Nigeria. And then I will now know the fate of Simon Ekpa and the fate of the Finnish government regard to the statement of Donald Trump. You know, you that is fighting for freedom, remember what he said. He said freedom requires sacrifice. And also, which Simon Ekpa have sacrificed, which Biafrans have sacrificed, which the people of the land have the right to fight for their self and to defend their land, according to Shetima, the vice president. And which what he said was according to the law of the UN, EU, even in Nigeria. And the British is aware of it. You understand? So I don't think that we have violated the law. So far, so good. But starting from next week, by the grace of God, we will keep our fingers crossed and see what will be the outcome I know that Nigeria have been feeding foolish government with the what? With the Nigeria oil and other things. But I bet you that next week is going to have another new news, another new face, and another new look. Then they will now know what the Biafra is all about. Because this time around, no retreat, no surrender. For every Biafrans in diaspora, both the ones that are in the spirit that is yet to come, they know about Biafra and they know about their father ancestral land.
Okay, so that's what Sheikh Kumi is trying to say about the Biafrans and Simon Ekpa in particular. Do you think that, but it's kind of against Tinubu as regards allowing the Israel army invade Nigeria? He said, and we just like what you said, he said Palestinians have been caught there in Abuja as regards terrorism in Nigeria. But do you think Israel firing Tinubu, warning Tinubu that this Israel military will be the end of Nigeria if care is not taken? Do you think that Shegumi is right?
Yeah, Shegumi is right. Let me tell you this. The Northern Caliphates believe that they are born to rule. Number one slogan. They believe that they are Nigeria. The Nigeria you are talking about, they are the original Nigeria. The third one, the power was handed over to them. So they have right to rule. The fourth one, that they are, when you talk of in population, they are number one in the country. You see, this four ideology of theirs there is the four belief of their mind. So of which they believe, the fifth one is that for you to become a president of this country, you must have a northern vote, making it the fifth one. So they have the power to make you a king, and they have the power to bring you down as a king, and that is their belief. You see why Shegumi and all other northerners are threatening Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Even as we speak now, I heard it, information reaching me that they are now threatening Bola Ahmed Tinubu with this word that is going to lose 80% of Muslim ticket vote come 2027 if he should do any mistake of dropping Shetima as his vice. Yes, if he should drop Shetima as his vice, that he should stand a chance to lose 80% of Islamic votes in the north come 2027. That was the serious threat that they gave to him currently now. So you see why Sheikh Gumi is fighting Bola Ahmed Tinubu so seriously, because he knows and he's seen the handwriting on the wall that the way of Nigeria, and when you are a president, you are number one citizen. Whether good, they will praise you. Bad, they will praise you. What is going on? What is happening in Finland and in the world diaspora today? Bola Ahmed Tinubu must bear the consequences. He must be the one to be blamed for being the leader of the nation. I don't know whether you get my point here. You see why Sheikh Gumi is portioning, and at the same time, Sheikh Gumi is trying to play a game here in order to, to draw the mindset of the Easterners, to soften the heart of the Igbos, to soften the heart of the Biafrans, so that they themselves will begin to see him as an angel. Then they will now see Bola Ahmed Tinubu as that Ekwensu. You understand? So that they will see Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Oyibo always come. If they want to draw Jesus Christ, they will give him Oyibo color. If they want to draw Satan, they will give Satan a black color. You understand? They will paint Satan with a black, referring it as an African. Then when they come to Jesus, they paint it white, refer it as an Oyibo. But let me tell you, Jesus Christ is an African man. You understand me? He's an African man. But being that the Africans are ignorant of the truth, that is why they are being brainwashed by these Oyibos. And that same game is the game that Sheikh Gumi is trying to play this time around, that the Biafrans should see them as what? As the saints, where they see Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Yorubas as the Ekwensu, the Satan. But they don't know that we, the Biafrans, has gone beyond what they can manipulate. No. They are too small to manipulate us. They don't have what it takes. Because in educational wise, in every aspect of life, we are far and 7 steps ahead of them. So whatsoever they may think, I'm talking about based on what Sheikh Gumi is doing now. So before he even think of it or come up with it, we have already calculated it and understand it. So they cannot deceive us. They can't deceive us again. We already know the game. And we have already played the game 7 steps ahead of them. 7 seas, we have crossed it before they start. 7 seas. The Biafrans have crossed the 7 seas before they come. So no going back. No negotiation. We can never negotiate with Nigeria. No. How can you begin to negotiate with darkness? You don't have to negotiate with darkness. It's only Nigeria that negotiates with darkness. How do I mean? It's only in Nigeria I see where governors, president, CDS Musa, the chief of our staff, negotiate with the bandits. They negotiate with terrorists. It's only in Nigeria that is all these things are happening. And it's only in Nigeria you will see one man will stand in between the federal government and the people terrorizing the peace of the nation. It's only in Nigeria that it happens. So we don't want to be part of that. You see why I say Nigeria love darkness and they're negotiating with darkness, which Biafrans is not ready to negotiate with darkness because we have nothing to do with darkness. The Bible said that the light shine, John chapter 1 verse 5. It said the light shine and darkness comprehend it not. So we are that light and we must shine, for it is our turn and now is our time to shine as the lights.
The Inspector General of Police is still in office.
Unfortunately so.
He is a man that the law recognizes as the chief
No. I
officer.
disagree with you.
The law.
The government and the law are not the same thing. The government commits a lot of illegalities, and there are a lot of legal things they also do. But there must be a distinction clearly made. Tinubu's word is not the law. The law is different from the government. The government and the law are not in tandem on this issue.
There is an executive order.
Executive order cannot be found outside the boundary of law. If your executive order
is not questioned by the National Assembly.
Which National Assembly? It's the same National Assembly that changed national anthem in 72 hours. They've told you they will do anything they are told by Bulaba. They are not arguing with the president. Anything he wants, they give him. Is that the same National Assembly that didn't have any oversight on the 2 most meaningful contracts that this government has issued? The Lagos-Calabar Expressway did not pass through any oversight. It wasn't budgeted for. It wasn't in the national budget. The major power of the legislature is the purse. They never saw a budget for Lagos-Calabar Expressway. They saw no budget for the airport renovation. Are those the ones that you are saying that executive? Please, the least we can do to ourselves is to at least tell ourselves some bare-faced truth. We do not have a legislative arm worthy of the name. So if the president, we're essentially in a dictatorship. It is whatever Tinubu wants that Tinubu gets. Monkey see, monkey do. He demands, he gets. If we can't tell this to ourselves, then we can't even tell the truth. What we do about it is different. What it is different.